Well, here come the CW Junior SM90s and 110s. Here's your order. Daniel Stevenson on pole position, Luca Wilkinson in second, Joe Mosika in third with George Bowes in fourth, Ruby Booth in fifth place, and then it's Hudson Cooper in sixth, Ralph Croft in seventh, Joe Greig in eighth position on the number 3 machine. George Bartle in ninth place, Charlie Pearson in 10th, Brooke Champion in 11th place, Ollie Pearson in 12th with Jack Newton in 13th, Billy Carter 14th, Charlie Ward in 15th, Mason Greasley, no time set in 16th position.
There's cameraman Josh there instructing people what is and isn't in the way of the shots of the grid.
I need this shot here. You see this bit here? This is mine. Stay off it.
This is Hairpin Motorsport Media t-shirt right in shot. There's a bit of advertising for him.
Yeah, there we go. But see these guys lining up onto the grid. Again, one of the junior classes, so lots of high vis on the grid. Only one race in this category. There's not been separated.
No, not this time.
Not this time, indeed.
Good luck messages coming through. Laurie Jane says, good luck Billy Carter, number 85. He's starting down in 14th position.
Down in 14th? You mean up in 14th position? He's got a good position there.
I do indeed. As the front of the grid takes shape. On the left there, Luca Wilkinson. Just being adjusted position. Still waiting for the pole seater, Daniel Stevenson. Joe Mosika is on the grid, although his dad's troubles have not extended to him. And the 11 is now there of Daniel Stevenson. A 57.7 he did in qualifying, which is just 4/10 faster than Luca Wilkinson's best time.
There we are. So let's see what we can get this time. So Daniel Stevenson on pole position, Luca Wilkinson in second. That is your front row. And then, of course, Joe Mosika on the 27 and George Bowes on the 67. But there they are there. That's your top 4. It looks like we're good at the front. The green flag goes up. The revs raise. Holds them for a long time, but there they go. They get going. And it's a good start from the top 4. Everyone holding on to their positions as they go through the first corner now. And again, another rider just slotting in. Everyone seems to be staying single file at the front, a little bit side by side further back as we go through into the first bit now. So it is still Daniel Stevenson, Luca Wilkinson, Mosika and Bowes are still your top 4 as they go through the first half of the circuit.
Yeah, great start from the pole position from Daniel Stevenson. He got away better than any other bike on the grid, and that's why he's the pole man.
Exactly that, and he's already got quite a nice gap there, hasn't he? So, yeah, it's absolutely flying through as the rest of them do so, as the marshals move into their positions, as everyone slides through single file. A bit of debris on the circuit there, and there is a move for third, I believe, and that is George Bowes on Mostika down the inside. Gets it done, I believe, and will cross the line. 11 laps to go. And that will update on your timing screen. So fastest rider on the circuit is Daniel Stevenson in first place, 59.3. But Bowes up into third place from Mostika. Some more messages coming in now on the screen. So Jane Howard there. Come on, boys. Hashtag Pearson.
It's Charlie and Ollie down in 13th and 14th.
Yep, so they're doing a cracking job at the moment. So 13th and 14th for the race, respectively. 11 laps to go. Daniel Stevenson, though, opening that gap at the front. And again, it looks like still hinting up at the further back there as well. So I think we're out in 4th position as well. So Mostika trying to get back on Bowes. He's not opened that gap up, has he, Bowes? He's still right there on him as they go around the final corner.
Yeah, Mostika looks to be quicker in the corners rather than on the straights. Which is why the last corner doesn't seem to be much of an overtaking opportunity. But as you watch them through that corner and through the hook, Mostika gets right up close.
Yeah, so it does seem to be much nicer through the corners, doesn't he, Mostika? So let's see what he can do through this twisty section here as to try and get back shot with them. And it looks like he held a much tighter line there, didn't he, did Mostika, out of Surtees. Compared to Bowes. Bowes ran out quite wide. But into the entry here, onto Spitfire straight, into the Dell. See what he can do down the inside here. Nothing this time. It just looks like that gap's just a little bit more open than you'd like, wouldn't it, for a move?
Just a bit.
Just a bit.
The hanger straight they come now. Let's see if the theory is right. Yeah, Mostica drops back slightly as they drag it down the straight, but then through that last corner, really closes in again. And as we follow them into the hook, you'll see the gap slow down a bit. The gap currently, according to the timing, 0.067 of a second.
So Luca Wilkinson in second place. He's got one of the new rider names next to his name, so he's doing well. Second position, but again, he's done lots of races with us at the moment, but he's doing well. Second position on the 76 machine. As the rest of the grid come through the shot now, all fairly separated at the moment. No one really close to taking advantage on anyone. So as the rest of them go through now. There is only one MiniGP 110 in this, and of course that is Brooke Champion. Of course, she is the only one in her class in this one. So I think she's got this settled and done with. She's doing well. But new fastest lap of the race, 57.42 from Daniel Stevenson, your race leader. So again, he's flying through. Luca Wilkinson not getting into the 57s yet. He's got a 58.1 compared to George Bowles and Joe Mostica. They're both in the 57s. 57.99 and a 57.92 from those two. So they're potentially maybe catch up onto the back of Wilkinson if they can slot into a position, not battle each other too much and waste time.
Yeah, we are looking at, or we were looking at the battle behind Brooke Champion there, but we've moved on now. Well, we are back to Champion, Barthel, Cooper and Newton.
And of course, these four riders in two different classes. You can see Brooke Champion on a completely different style bike. And of course, he's one of the MiniGP 110s. So, as the rest of the field go through, and everyone's slightly worried that wasn't a motorhome on the track on the back straight. It was on the. There is a road on the other side of that safety barrier, so don't worry.
The motorhome race is tomorrow.
Yes, yeah, exactly. That will be interesting to watch. There we go. This is second position that you're looking at there, Luca Wilkinson, and that is Bowles and Mostica, and they are gaining on them, on him, aren't they?
Yeah, he's going to come under a little bit of pressure in the second half of this race.
Oh, it's up Mostica down the inside.
Of the Dell, not quite this time round, but he's certainly thinking about it.
Yeah, he was thinking about it there, wasn't he? So can't quite do it this time. And again, you were saying he's struggling on the straights, wasn't he? So he's not going to try and make a move here. So let's just see what we can do on the next lap. 6 laps to go. Stevenson still leading the way from Wilkinson, Bowles and Mostica. And this is Wilkinson and Bowles that you're looking at here. And Mostica just in shot there. This is going to get interesting between these guys very quickly, isn't it? I can imagine. As we've got the 27 or the 127, that is Ward. Charlie Ward there in 15th position.
Yeah, just being lapped there by Bowles and Mostica in quick succession. Round to the Spitfire straight they come.
Yeah, so all managing to get past. And again, it just looks like Mostica's eyeing up a move down the inside of Bowles into the Dell, isn't he? But just doesn't do it, does he? He pulls out. Probably goes alongside, just says, you know, it's still here, but doesn't commit to the move fully, does he?
I think if he can unsettle him through the Dell, he'll have a much better chance of keeping this place down this hanger straight, because he knows that there's a pace deficit down there, and if he did get ahead of him, he may well lose it again on the straights, where he's not quite as strong.
It's a tactical game, this, isn't it? So trying to pressure your opponent into a mistake as and where you can. But Luca Wilkinson there holding on to second place, 5 laps to go. And these guys again still jostling for position, trying to gain whatever they can from it, but it's still Mostica or Bowles in front of Mostica as they go through. Nothing between them.
You know, Wilkinson's got a bit of a gap. I think he dealt with the back mark of Charlie Ward a little bit better than these two, which gave him a bit of breathing space. And onto the back straight they come again. We'll see Bowes pull away a little bit from Mostica. But let's have a look at the gap as they come through the last corner, with Mostica will catch up just a little bit. Over the timing beacon they go. It's 0.59 of a second now, which is a bit more than it was last time round. But still intense pressure from Mostica as they get through and out off the hook.
Yeah, so this is the battle further down. So there is Brook Champion, and then it's Newton and Charlie and Ollie Pearson. They're doing very well now. So Jack in 11th, Charlie in 12th, Ollie in 13th as they go through. So they are having a good little scrap there, under braking. And out of the final chicane. Doing well, keeping it nice and clean between the two. Of course, probably not something you want to do is accidentally collide with your brother, so I'm sure they're giving each other plenty of space. That's the kind of rule number one in motorsport, is don't take out your teammate.
Certainly not for your family members and you're sharing a lift home.
Yeah, exactly. That would be a very awkward lift home, I could imagine. So
that'd be a one in the front, one in the back job, wouldn't it?
There we go. So again, Brook Champion under pressure slightly from Jack Newton there. Of course, on two different bikes. But all getting through. And is that the 100 of Charlie Pearson getting in front of Jack Newton? It looks like he has. So looks like he had a good move there down the inside into the Dell. There's the 49. That is Ralph Croft. Kind of on his own, really, is Ralph. He's having a quiet race. He's got the 86 in front of him. That is Ruby Booth. And yeah, but not managing to gain or lose anything on him. So 3 laps to go. Daniel Stevenson leading the way. No, 2 laps to go now, I should say. He's just crossed the line. Luca Wilkinson, some 7.7 seconds behind. And then George Bowes 1 second behind him. And then Mostica about 1 second behind him as well. So they've kind of really opened up now, haven't they?
Here is your leader coming through McWhirters. That's Dan Stevenson. He's ridden fantastically well so far. Fastest lap 57.42, which is blisteringly fast. Luca Wilkinson behind him, best he's managed is a 58.1, so it really goes to show just how fast Dan Stevenson is as we pick up the battle behind him now. That is Wilkinson under pressure now from Bowes a little bit.
Yeah, so these three really flying through. That so I was miming a song then when you said that, under pressure. It reminded me of a song. Under pressure.
David Bowie and Queen.
There we go. To final lap time now for Daniel Stevenson. He has got a very nice gap for the lead. 7.7 seconds, 8.5 seconds now. So he's pulled another second from this pack of 3. Luca Wilkinson, George Bowes and Mostica. There he is on the number 11 bike. Absolutely flying through, so smooth, and he's got some back markers up ahead. I believe that is that the battle for...
That'll be Pearson, Newton and Pearson.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, so that's a lot of traffic he's got in front. So he's going to have to try and negotiate that. If I was him, I probably wouldn't negotiate it. You know, he's got such a gap behind it. Could probably afford to just stay behind it, just watch it, let them race. Don't get involved with them too much. And yeah, that'll be it. But here we go into the final corner, and he has got past one of them, to be fair. And he'll come across the line. It's going to be difficult to get the checker flag out for him, but there he is out there. Takes the checker flag, does Daniel Stevenson, with a very, very large lead. Jack Newton and Ollie Pearson also take the checker flag. They didn't manage to get past. Luca Wilkinson in second, holding on to that second position. Very well done to him. George Bowes in third, and Joe Mostica just missing out on that podium. 4th position for him. Brilliant race from those guys actually while they were out there. Still racing though, of course. Joel Creek, he's still out there. He's got Ruby Booth under pressure between him. But, got a gap of some 4 seconds. Joel Creek takes 5th. Ruby Booth crosses the line 6th. Ralph Croft in 7th. Next on the line will be Hudson Cooper in 8th place, with George Bartle in 9th. And then the battle, Charlie Pearson and Brook Champion course, two different classes there, but still neck and neck out there on circuit as Hudson Cooper, George Bartle cross the line. And of course, Charlie Pearson and Brooke champions. So that is, of course, the CW Bikes Junior SM90 Mini GP 110. Will be